Hello students, welcome to my channel Max My Heartbeat. Students, we have already started differentiation in our previous video. So I want to make you still complete detailed information about the differentiation. So once again, let us continue our topic differentiation. So differentiation is also called as differentiability. Okay. So let us know the geometrical meaning. Geometrical meaning of differentiation is slope of the tangent drawn to a curve at x is equal to a if it exists. Okay. It means that if I take a graph like this, this is y-axis and this is x-axis, and if I draw a graph from here like this, okay, this is a curve. If I take some tangent from any point, for suppose from this point I am taking a tangent like this, okay, from this point I am taking a tangent, then the slope of this tangent is nothing but differentiation. Okay, so once again I will draw the diagram. So this is y-axis and this is x-axis, and if I suppose this is a curve passing through x and y-axis like this, if I take any tangent from any point, for suppose from this point I am drawing a tangent like this. The tangent drawn to a curve at x is equal to a if it exists. The meaning of this is this diagram. Okay, for suppose if I am taking the point here as a, small a, okay, at this point the tangent is existing. Whatever the slope of the tangent we are getting, for suppose if I take the angle as theta, then tan theta gives the slope of the tangent. Tangent is nothing but m. Okay, slope of the tangent is m is equal to tan theta. If you find the value of tan theta, then we are getting the value of slope. Okay, that is the geometrical meaning. Next, let us move to our physical meaning. Instantaneous rate of change of function. So yesterday I have already, in the previous video I have taken already the example as speed is equal to distance by time. Okay, so instantaneous means at a particular instance of time. For suppose a car is moving from point A to point B. A car is moving from point A to point B. When the initial stage, the time is 0. Am I correct? In the initial stage, the time is 0. And as the car moves like this, when it reaches a certain position, certain instance, what is the speed? So the speed at that instance gives ds by dt, that is change in distance by change in time. So this is nothing but instantaneous rate of change of a function. So here our function is nothing but speed. Okay, this is the second meaning, that is physical meaning. Next, this is what we have to understand, very important. A function is said to be differentiable at x is equal to a if unique tangent exists. Okay, this is the third point we need to understand. So for suppose I am taking y-axis this one and x-axis this one, and a function is nothing but a curve. Okay, this is a function. Here this is like this, means this is not continuous, this is discontinuous function. If I take a tangent from this point, here I am getting a tangent like this. Am I correct? In the same way, if I take a tangent from this point, this particular point, I am getting one more tangent like this. Okay, so here I am not getting any unique tangent. Here I am getting two different tangents at two different points, because this function is not continuous. Understood? So here this function is not set, this function is not differentiable. Why? Because this here there is no unique tangent existing. Okay, so we can say that discontinuous functions are not differentiable. Understood? So what can I conclude from this? Discontinuous functions are not differentiable. I hope now everybody understood all 3 points now. So now let us see how to find the slope of a curve. I mean slope of tangent to a curve. Whether it is existing or not existing also, let us find out now. So I am erasing these three meanings. So first one, first let us know how to find out slope. Okay, so this is x-axis, this is y-axis, and this is a curve passing through x and y-axis like this. Now if I take here a point A and here a point B, and if I join these two, I mean draw a line passing these 2 points, okay, so such that the distance covered from this on the x-axis is A and that is B, okay, and this function is f of x, y is equal to f of x. This is the function y is equal to f of x. So what are the coordinates? Okay, first let us know the formula. Okay, first let us find the coordinates of point A and point B here. Okay, what are the coordinates of point A and point B? At point A, the x coordinate is A. Am I correct? If we want y coordinate at here, so instead of x I should substitute A here, so that becomes f of A. So the coordinates of capital A becomes A comma f of A. In the same way, the coordinates of point B, here the distance on x-axis is B and the value of y coordinate is f of B. So these are the x coordinate, y coordinate and x coordinate of y coordinate of points A and B. Now we want slope of the secant. Here if any line intersects a curve at 2 distinct points, then that becomes the secant. So slope of the secant. For suppose I am taking MAB is equal to, formula for slope is y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 is nothing but delta y by delta x, that is change in y coordinate by change in x coordinate. So that is equal to y2, for suppose this is my y1 x2 y2 and this is my x1 y1. So y2 minus y1 is f of b minus f of a. F of b minus f of a by x2 minus x1. x2 is b, x1 is a. b minus a. This is the slope of the secant MAB. Up to here everybody understood? Sir, I hope someone got doubt now that we want slope of the tangent but not secant. Then why you are taking secant here? Right? Slope, I said that differentiation is the slope of the tangent. Am I correct? But I am using secant here. Yes? Wait. I will say that also. From this secant only, we are converting this secant into tangent and we are finding the slope. Understood? First what I am doing means, I am converting the secant into tangent by using some method. And then I will find the slope of the tangent. Okay? Now it is clear? So let us do that first. For suppose, now let me convert this secant into tangent first. For suppose, okay, here only I am drawing the diagram. Now I am converting this secant into tangent. How? Let us see. So the same curve I am drawing here again. Okay. For suppose this is my curve y is equal to f of x. Now the point A is same here only. Okay, the point A is same here only. Now if I change the position of B from that point onwards, for suppose if I take the point B here, then the curve, then the line will change like this. Yes, if I change somewhat distant, then again the line will change like this, so that there will be very negligible distance. For suppose I have changed the position of B from here to very negligible distance, so that it forms a tangent here. Okay, now my position of B is here. If you observe, I hope now I am getting a tangent, right? From here onwards, I am getting a tangent. Yes, at a negligible distance, and the distance I am taking as small h. Okay, this negligible distance is small h. From here again I am getting a tangent. Okay, and this negligible distance is small h. Now, if we observe, the value of B will be changed. So B is equal to, can I write A plus H, this A and this plus H completely becomes A plus H, and since the H is very negligible, so I can take that H tends to 0. Okay, now I have made this as tangent, right? So MP is equal to, means slope of tangent is equal to f of B. In the place of B, what I should substitute here? A plus H. So f of A plus H minus f of A by, again in the place of B, what I should substitute? A plus H minus A as it is. So here plus A minus A gets cancelled. So that is equal to f of A plus H minus f of A by H. Now anyhow the distance is negligible, so I am applying the limit now. So limit H tends to 0, f of A plus H minus f of A whole divided by H. Okay, so this becomes our slope of the tangent now. So now we can give a name for this, that is, as we are moving the point B from right side, we can name this as right hand derivative. Okay, okay, now what is this called? A right hand derivative. In the same way, if I take the point this side and move from that side, from the left side, again I am getting one more derivative. So let us see that value also. I hope up to here everybody understood. Yes. So I am keeping the slope of secant like that only, and from here I am erasing even the figure also, so that let us find out left hand derivative now. So now what I am doing means, I am drawing the same graph again. So this is y axis, this is x axis, and the curve is same like this only. Okay. Now my point A is here now. In this graph, my point A is here. Okay, wait. Let me change the secant value also here. I mean secant graph also. Then only you can understand the difference clearly. So now my secant graph also will change. So this is x axis, this is y axis, and again from here I am getting a graph like this. Now what I am doing means, I am taking point A here, this is small a, and this side somewhere I am taking point B, this is small b, and we all know that the value of coordinates are same, that is A f of A, and here also B f of B, so that no change in slope. Okay, change in slope is also not change. So now this becomes the secant. Okay, this line is the secant now. Now Now what I will do means, again now I will convert this secant into tangent from left side. Okay. Now what I am doing means, okay, this is my curve. Now again the point A is here only, my point A is not disturbed here anyhow. Okay, the same point A, I'm here a point A. And now what I am doing is, slowly by changing the distance, I am changing the position of B. Same like previous for RHD I have done, no? Same like that only. Now I am doing for this curve also, so that the point B changes from here to here. So first this is small a as it is. Okay, this distance is small a, and now the position of B has changed here. Okay, so this is point B now, and here if I draw, I am getting a tangent here. I hope clear everybody. So from here if I draw, I am getting a tangent. Yes, in this way I have converted my secant into a tangent. Okay, so at point A and point B, and with negligible distance h. Now my value of B here also will change. So B is equal to, now this completely is A and this is h. So if I want B, then I should subtract h from A, that is A minus h. So here also h is very negligible, that is h tends to 0. So again m of slope of tangent, that is mt, is equal to, here f of B, in the place of f of B what I should take, f of A minus h minus f of A by, in the place of B again what I should write, A minus h minus A. So plus A minus A, here also gets cancelled. We are left with, now I am applying the limit h tends to 0, f of A minus h minus f of A by minus h. Okay, now this becomes, as we are changing the position from left side, so this becomes left hand derivative. Now everybody understood? So this is the left hand derivative, and previously we got the right hand derivative also. So now let us write the left hand derivative and right hand derivative once again. So left hand derivative, that is f dash of A minus is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of A minus h minus f of A by minus h. Yes, this is left hand derivative. Now right hand derivative is equal to f dash of A plus, so that is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of A plus h minus f of A by h. So this is our right hand derivative. So now I will write a very important point, that is, a function is said I hope it is not clear. Now once again I will write. So a function is said to be differentiable if, what is the condition? Left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative that is equal to finite. Means when we are getting a finite value, then only we can say that a function is differentiable. Clear? So this is what I wanted to prove. Understood? So when I can say a function is differentiable, a function is said to be differentiable if and only if, means definitely this should be satisfied, that is left hand derivative should be equal to right hand derivative that is also finite. Okay, so this is our differentiability. Now let us see some examples. I hope up to here everybody understood now. So I am erasing. Let us move to our examples now. So let us discuss one or two examples and we'll discuss about some other important conditions. That one I will say afterwards. First let us move to our examples. So first example 1. Find left hand derivative and right hand derivative of f of x is equal to mod of log x at x is equal to 1. So we have to find the left hand derivative and right hand derivative of this function mod of log x at x is equal to 1. So already we know the formulas, right? So first let us start from left hand derivative. So left hand derivative is equal to f dash of 1 minus. So that is equal to. So if you want, so first let us write the formula here. Limit h tends to 0, f of a minus h minus f of a by minus h. So this is the left hand derivative. So f of a minus h. So first let us write limit. Apply the limit first. Limit h tends to 0. So here mod of mod of log of, okay, like that only will give mod of log of, sorry, in place of x I should write 1 here. So 1 plus h minus log 1, f of a is nothing but log 1 divided by, sorry, 1 minus h here, f of a minus h, so minus h by minus h. Okay, so this is equal to limit h tends to 0. So now this is modulus function and this is negative 1 minus. So when we take out the mod, this becomes minus. So I am writing this minus outside. Minus of limit h tends to 0 log of 1 minus h. Anyhow log 1 is 0 by minus h. Now again I will write is equal to limit h tends to 0. So this one I am writing, so minus limit h tends to 0 log of this minus h I can write like this, no, 1 plus of minus h, plus into minus is minus, so that I will get minus h here divided by minus h. Anyhow minus 0 is negligible. Okay, so that is equal to, so minus already is there, limit h tends to 0 log of 1 plus x by x, value is 1. So here we are getting left hand derivative as minus 1. Okay, now let us see the right hand derivative. So right hand derivative is f dash of 1 plus, so that is equal to, so this is the formula. This is not in our problem, just I am writing the formula there. So here also let us write the formula first. Limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h minus f of a by h. So this is f dash of a minus, okay, and this is f dash of a plus. These two are formulas. By using this formula only we have to find out f dash of 1 plus now. So limit h tends to 0, modulus of log of 1 plus h minus log 1 whole divided by h, that is plus h. So that is equal to, so now again limit h tends to 0, log of, here modulus, here value is plus, so if I remove the modulus, then also I will get log of 1 plus h plus value only, so plus is nothing but no value, no sign here. So log of 1 plus h by h is 1. So if I observe here, I am getting left hand derivative as minus 1 and right hand derivative as 1. So is this function differentiable? No. Why? Because here left hand derivative is not equal to right hand derivative. So this function is not differentiable. Understood everybody? We can say a function is differentiable only when its left hand derivative is equal to right hand derivative, and that should be finite, means definitely equal value we should get, and some numerical value, I mean a real number, finite value we should get. Understood? Then only we can say that this function is differentiable. So we can say that log of mod x is not differentiable. Understood? Like this only. Let us now solve one more example and let us stop. Now let us see the example 2. So example 2, find left hand derivative and right hand derivative of f of x is equal to, now let us take log x whole square, no mod x, just we are taking log x whole square, okay, at x is equal to 1, same value. So now left hand derivative first, that is f dash of 1 minus, so that is equal to, so now directly I am writing. Now I hope everyone got the formula. So limit h tends to 0, so log of 1 plus h whole square minus log 1 by h, this is the formula. So that is equal to limit h tends to 0, so this log of 1 plus h whole square minus log 1 value is 0 by h. Now again limit h tends to 0. So what I will do means, I will write log of 1 plus h whole square as log of 1 plus h into 1 plus h. Can I write? I can write now log of 1 plus h into log of 1 plus h whole divided by h. Okay? So that is equal to limit h tends to 0. So log of 1 plus h by h. Now again if I apply the limit here, log of 1 plus 0. So anyhow we know that this value is 1 into log 1 value is 0. So this value becomes completely as 0. Okay. So what is the left hand derivative for this? That is 0. 1 into 0 is 0. Why? Because log 1 value. Only for this we have to take limit h tends to 0, and for this we have to apply the limit h value as 0. So 1 plus 0 becomes log 1. Log 1 value is 0. So 1 into 0 is 0. Now let us see the right hand derivative. So right hand derivative is f dash of 1 plus. So that is equal to limit h tends to 0 log of sorry. Okay, just let us do it. Just let us, instead of changing all those, let us change here as right hand derivative, and now we are moving to left hand derivative. Okay, so previously whatever I have explained is right hand derivative. Okay, here so f dash of 1 plus. So this is right hand derivative. First time whatever I have explained is right hand derivative. Now whatever I am saying is left hand derivative. So f dash of 1 minus, that is log of 1 minus h whole square minus log 1 by minus h. Wherever x is there, we need to, a is there, we need to substitute 1 there. So a log of a plus h. We know that f of a plus h is nothing but log of 1 plus h whole square minus f of x. So here also log of 1 square is nothing but log 1 only. Okay? Okay, log 1 whole square. Anyhow, same value. So log 1 whole square is same 0 only. So that is equal to limit h tends to 0. Now again log of 1 minus h whole square minus log 1 value is 0. 0 square anyhow is 0 only by minus h. So that is equal to, now again limit h, limit h tends to 0, log of, here also what I will do means 1 minus h into log of 1 minus h I will write by minus h. So that is equal to, so same like previous problem. Okay, I will continue here. Why? Because this is not sufficient there. So that is equal to limit h tends to 0. So log of 1 minus h I can write as 1 plus minus h by minus h. Again here log of 1 minus 0. Why? Because h value is 0. H tends to 0. I should substitute the limit here 1 minus 0. So anyhow we know that log of 1 plus h by h is 1. So 1 into log 1 value is 0. So here also we are getting 0. So here in this problem we got LHD and RHD same value. So therefore LHD is equal to RHD is equal to 0. Now you say me whether this function is differentiable or not. Yes, this function is differentiable. Why? Because 0 is a finite value, right? Yes. So in this case we got LHD is equal to RHD is equal to 0. So this function is differentiable. Understood? This is how we need to find out LHD and RHD. Now I hope everybody understood how to find out LHD and RHD and how to find out whether a function is differentiable or not. Clear? So now we have some possible ways of finding whether a function is differentiable or not by seeing the graph. Means by seeing the curve only we can say how it is possible. Let us see. Okay. Now differentiability implies continuity and continuity does not imply differentiability. What is the meaning of these two sentences? First sentence is, when a function is differentiable, then it is definitely continuous. Definitely what? Continuous. That is the meaning of the first sentence. That is, when a function is differentiable, then it is definitely continuous. Means must and should, it will be continuous. And first second sentence meaning. When a function is continuous, then it need not be differentiable. Okay, when a function is differentiable, then it's definitely continuous, but when a function is continuous, then it need not be differentiable. What's the meaning of this sentence? So for suppose for the first example, I am taking graph like this. For the first sentence explanation, I am taking graph like this. Okay, when I want a differentiable function, same previous problem whatever I have taken, I hope this graph is a differentiable function. Is this a graph continuous graph or not? Is this going continuously or not? So this is a differentiable, means some slope of some tangent will exist and slope of tangent is also possible for this graph. Like this, some tangent is possible and we can find the slope of the tangent also. But when a function is continuous, then it need not be differentiable. So what is the example for this? For this also I have one example, that is so this is my example. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. How can I say that this function is not differentiable? Because we are seeing a sharp corner here. Means only at x is equal to 0, there only we are seeing a sharp corner. If anywhere we see a sharp corner like this, then that function is not differentiable. Our best example, this function is y is equal to mod x. The name of this curve is y is equal to mod x. This function is having a sharp corner here. So this function is not differentiable, but it is a continuous function, right? But this is not differentiable. Understood? Means whenever we see a sharp corner, then it is not differentiable. Why? Because here also if I take somewhere about 0 plus, then here I am getting a tangent like this. Yes, if I take 0 minus somewhere here, then I am getting one more tangent like this. So I am not getting any unique tangent here. When I am not getting any unique tangent, so that type of function is not differentiable function. Understood? Only when a function is differentiable, then it is definitely continuous. But when a function is continuous, then it need not be differentiable. This is my example for not differentiable function which is continuous. Okay, I hope now everybody understood these 2 points clearly. So now let us move to our last concept, that is reasons for a function to be not differentiable. Okay, reasons for a function to be not differentiable. Okay. Why? What are the reasons for a function to be not differentiable? Let us see now. So first reason is sharp corner. Now only I have explained what is a sharp corner. Now I'll draw the graph like this. Y is equal to mod x. Okay, that is the graph of which contains a sharp corner. Okay, so this is the graph where I am getting a sharp corner like this. Understood? So this graph is y is equal to mod x. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. So this is an example of sharp cornered graph. Next, second condition, f of x is discontinuous. means if the function is discontinuous. So already I have explained, no, means we are not getting any unique tangent if the function is discontinuous. So this is x-axis and this is y-axis. And if we see, if this curve, this is not a this is a discontinuous function, yes, and if I draw one tangent from here, this will be like this, and if I draw one more tangent from here, this will be like this. Means I am not getting any unique tangent here. If unique tangent is not possible, then that function is called a discontinuous function. Okay. Next, third point, when we see a vertical tangent. If anywhere we see a vertical tangent in the graph, then we can, for a function, then we can say that such function is not differentiable. What is a vertical tangent? So let us understand what is a vertical tangent. So as usual, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. Now, if any graph is there like this, okay, so if I draw a tangent from here, this is a vertical tangent, right? And we know that slope of this tangent is infinity. So the left hand derivative and the right hand derivative of this function is infinity. And when can we say that a function is differentiable? Left hand derivative and right hand derivative should be finite. Then only we can say that a function is differentiable. But here we are getting infinite. So this is not differentiable. Understood? So what are the reasons for a function to be not differentiable? When we see a sharp corner in the graph, then in the curve, then it is not differentiable. When f of x is discontinuous, then it is not differentiable. When we see a vertical tangent in the graph, in the curve, then it is not differentiable. Okay? So these are the three reasons for a function to be not differentiable. So now, this is the clear explanation of how to find out tangent to a curve, slope of tangent to a curve when it exists at a particular point x is equal to a. Okay? Means when the left hand derivative and right hand derivative of a function is finite, then only we can say that the function is differentiable. Okay? I hope now it is clear to everybody about how to find out differentiability of a curve or a graph, right? So this is the brief explanation about finding the differentiability of a function, that is finding the slope of a tangent to a curve. Okay? So I am wrapping with this topic. Let us continue in the next video. If you like my video, please share, comment. Thank you.